Canada is a huge, developed market power that attracts a lot of confidence from people all over the world, looking for a country to trade with, or invest in, or even to call home. It is not a country without fault. No country is. It's not even a country that is free from debate over very important issues. But if Canada can continue the efforts it has made to running a stable, safe, and efficient country, it is likely that the prosperity of its citizens will continue for decades into the future.
This is how Canada was described 2 years ago. A blessed nation that is faring well economically. One of the fastest growing economies at that point. A country that has a lot going for it positively, a shining light among the comity of nations. At this point, Canadian citizens had the second highest quality of life in the world with a score of 89.49, just behind Finland's 90.09, according to the World Economic Forum. Just 2 years ago, the country was also known to pay half of what Americans pay in healthcare costs. While Americans pay almost $10,000 on healthcare, Canadians pay about $4,569. This is even less than half of what Americans pay. Around this point, Canadian consumers are ready to pay more. They were on a sort of a spending spree. This is due to the job gains and the speed of the economy's growth. While they are spending more, Canadians are also able to save more. However, Canada has gone from good to worse in about 2 years. You know, Canada's economy was praised for being remarkable. The same person who did has also stated that the country's economy is stagnating, which might be the next decade scenario. Welcome to Savvy Economist. And in this video, we will look at how Canada went from being remarkable to being tagged as stagnating in less than 2 years. We will compare the situation of things at the point it was adjudged to be remarkable to what things are at the point of stagnancy. Please watch, like, and share this video. Drop your comments and observations below and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let's dive right in. Let's listen to why Economics Explained said Canada is stagnating.
The second largest country in the world and one of the most interesting economies that we can research today because of the problems it is facing. On the surface, Canada might just look like any other advanced economy. It has a relatively high standard of living, high incomes, advanced industries, and an advanced financial system to keep the whole thing going. But beneath the surface, Canada is plagued with a range of macroeconomic issues that have led many economists, and even the OECD, to believe that it will be the worst performing advanced economy in the coming decades.
This is Canada, a nation adjudged to be remarkable economically just about 2 years ago, and now it is described as a stagnating economy. How did the country go from remarkable to stagnating in less than 2 years? Even the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development opined that Canada might be the worst performing advanced economy over the next decade and even 3 decades after. This implies that Canada might have a rough time for the next 4 decades. How and where did Canada get it wrong? How did the country get derailed on its path to being one of the world's most advanced economies? This happened in just less than 2 years. This and more are what we will be discussing in this video. Let's analyze the reasons for the troubles of Canada one by one. Lack of enough capital investments. Usually, Canada is compared with its closest neighbor and largest trade partner, the United States. Compared to the US, Canada does not have many capital investments. According to statistics, US businesses spend more than 50% of what their Canadian counterparts spend on capital investments. Let's also look at the level of international investments attracted by Canada. This is far below what is expected of an advanced economy. When compared to the US, Canada is trailing far behind and not even playing catch-up. Many people will find it more logical to invest in the United States than in Canada. Ask any investor, they will choose the US over Canada more often than not. Many people do not have confidence in the Canadian economy as they do in the US, China, or even Germany. For instance, the US dollar is one of the world's reserve currencies, but the Canadian dollar is not close to being recognized outside Canada's borders. When a US and Canadian company stand side by side, it's easier for the US company to attract investment than Canada. In the US, many capital investments are floating around, looking for businesses to invest into. The apathy of the national political class towards increase in productivity growth. Another issue contributing to the collapse of the Canadian economy is the disinterest of the national political class. According to the Globe and Mail, Canada's national political class is not doing anything out of the ordinary to improve productivity, accelerate real economic growth, and raise the standard of living for Canadians. Without efforts by the political class to stabilize the economy from this perspective, Canada might be stuck in the same conundrum for the next 4 decades as it's being predicted. Only with policy actions can the real wage of average Canadians be improved, and the country will experience economic growth. According to Don Wright of the Public Policy Forum, Canada's standard of living has been slipping. He further said that turning this around will require a fundamental commitment to improving the middle class. This can only be made a central priority of the government. Canada's aging workforce and retirement. While many analysts have downplayed the effect of the aging workforce on the slow growth of the Canadian economy, it cannot be excused. There is an assumption that the growth of the labor force will slow down once people age and retire. This will further slow down the growth of productivity and the economy. You will remember that the aging workforce has affected Japan and much of Europe. This is also happening in Canada right now. Despite the immigration policy of Canada, this has not yielded much impact on the Canadian economy. We've seen Canadians having fewer children than they did decades ago, which has affected the country's population growth. This is why the Fraser Institute stated that Canada's aging population is indeed a serious problem for its economy. Canada's silent rivalry with the United States. While it might not be at the level of the Cold War, the silent rivalry with the US negatively affects Canada. Despite being allies, we cannot but state that the two are silently rivals. For example, more Canadians are moving to the US than the number of Americans moving to Canada. This is the same Canada that needs all its talents at work, yet it is losing many people to the United States in all sectors. The reason is simple: Canadians find the working conditions and benefits more favorable than what is obtainable in Canada. High-skilled individuals are going to make more in the US than in Canada. Regarding the silent rivalry, Canada is at the losing end, and it's also having an adverse effect on its economy. Final thoughts. All these reasons and more are why the Canadian economy is being referred to as stagnating, collapsing, decapitalizing, and many other negative nomenclatures. As a newly created channel, we need all the help we can get. To support us, please watch, like, and share our videos. You can also subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.